Peace and abundance. This is Reality Transurfing in 78 Days, hosted by MJ the Mastermind. All right. One principle a day, and by the end of these 78 days, you will have a deeper understanding of how you can consciously choose your own reality. And this is day one. You woke up this morning, got out of bed, checked your phone, went through your day, and you thought that was being awake. It wasn't. Right now, in this moment, the Matrix has you. Not the movie, real life. A waking dream so convincing, so seamless that you don't even know you're in it. Life just happens to you. You react before you choose. Circumstances pull you in directions you never decided to go. The same patterns keep repeating. The same struggles, the same ceiling. And somewhere deep down you feel it. Like you're meant for more, but something keeps pulling you back. That's not a feeling, that's a symptom. You are asleep in your own life. And if you don't wake up, the machine will keep running you. But the moment you wake up, everything changes. 78 days, 78 principles. This is day one. I'm going to read from principle one, from Reality Transurfing in 78 Days. It's titled Awakening. Principle: wake up right here, right now. Be aware and remember that everyone is a dreamer, and everything that is happening around you is nothing more than a dream. Only the dream no longer has any control over you. Now that you have woken up in the dream, you can influence how events will unfold. Your advantage lies in awareness. Feel your strength. Strength is always yours when you remember it. From now on, everything will be as you want it to be. And the next part is interpretation. It says, your birth into this life represents a new awakening. After a series of past incarnations, dreams about reality. From the moment you appeared in the world, you have had amazing abilities. You could hear the rustling of the morning stars, see auras, and communicate with birds and animals. The entire world was an astonishing extravaganza of luminous energy, and you were the magician, capable of controlling it. However, you soon fell once again under the influence of others and were plunged into a dream. The dreamers constantly and intentionally focused your attention on the physical aspect of reality. As a result, your magical abilities were lost. Have you ever felt as if life were a dream in which reality is controlling you, rather than you controlling it? The time has come to reclaim your former power. End reading. So much to unpack there. So much to unpack. Now, the first thing I want to touch on is awareness, okay? Because awareness is a prerequisite, all right? Awakening, all right? In order to be awake within the dream, you have to be aware, okay? That is one of the most important lessons from this, okay? Is the importance of being aware so you can actually wake up in the dream. Okay? Now, everyone is a dreamer, Vadim says. Okay? Now, the dream is really you being absorbed in physical reality. You are absorbed in your day-to-day life, the distractions of life. And you're really, the best way to put this is that your complete focus is on the three-dimensional reality. But when you start operating from awareness and intention, you're operating on a higher level of reality, right? Because awareness and intention are things that affect three-dimensional reality, okay? So it's a funnel. When you can be intentional with thought and be aware of the fact that you are the creator of your reality and you're not the reactor of your reality, now you can start to actually influence your reality. And that's when you wake up from the dream, when you actually start influencing your reality. And a great example of this is The Matrix. This is exactly what The Matrix, the movie, is about. When Neo finally realizes that he is he has influence over his reality, now he's able to do things that he wasn't able to do before. Okay? Now, the dream is ultimately you believing that life is just happening to you and there's really nothing that you can do about it. And you're living your day-to-day life forgetting that you have this power, this ultimate power that we were all gifted with. The ultimate power of intention, the ultimate power of awareness for us to actually be able to influence our reality. Okay? Everything happening around you is nothing more than a dream. Okay? Like, all of these things that are fighting for our attention, fighting for our energy, this is all part of the dream. You're not able to wake up from the dream until you step outside of yourself and realize that you can have power over your thoughts. You can have power over intention and be consciously aware. When you're consciously aware, you're able to intentionalize, like you're able to choose what you want from specific situations. Like when you're moving throughout your day, you're aware of like, I can influence the outcome of this situation, circumstance that is occurring. Okay? And it all starts with awareness. Okay? And the aware man has a split second between stimulus and response. The split second is where our power lies and where we're able to choose. Okay, the power of choice is something that I'm sure we'll go through a lot in these 78 days. But for those people that have studied law of attraction for some point in time, are familiar with Abraham Hicks, right? And I always remember a concept that I've learned from Abraham, Esther, and Jerry Hicks is the principle or the concept of segment intending. And segment intending means that when you're entering into a new segment in life, for a split second, you actually choose what you want the outcome to be. If I get a phone call right now, let's say I get a phone call from my mom, before I just answer the call and just let reality, let my subconscious mind kind of just dictate the flow of the conversation, I can say for a split second, like, during this phone call, I want my mom to feel loved. I want to make her smile. I want her to feel happy. And that could be an intention. Like now you have clarity on your intention, and now you have influence over your reality when you are able to be aware and be intentional. Okay? Now, one of the quotes I came up with, from a previous download was like, intention is the foundation for creation. Like if you're not intentional, then you can't create what you want to create in your reality. Okay? So we have to remember the power that we have. When you are not intentional, if you're not choosing the thoughts that you're having, if you're not choosing what you want life to create for you in situation and circumstance, you are asleep in the dream. You are asleep. And it's not until we implement our power of awareness do we then have the power to be able to be intentional and to create or extract what we want from physical reality. That is what this principle is about, the awakening. Your advantage lies in awareness. That's the most important sentence of this day one. Awareness is a tough thing to define. But to me, simplified, awareness is the ability to be intentional and choose your thoughts and choose what you want from reality. And in order to do that, you have to be aware. You have to take yourself out of the dream for a point in time. You have to be able to wake up. You know, Vadim says, you came into this world extraordinary. Then the dreamers got to you. And I've spoken about this a lot in the past. It's like TV, friends, family, it's the school system. All of these things that have an influence on who we become in our subconscious mind. Like our environment dictates who we become. And that's why he says the dreamers got to you, the people around you. Every system built to keep your attention narrow constantly and intensely focused you on the physical world only. Logic, practicality, what's measurable. That's what society taught us. Now, our deeper abilities didn't disappear. They were just dormant. That's the critical distinction. The thing is, like, there's no school for metaphysics. Like this concept, this topic of conversation overall falls under metaphysics. And, you know, we have to just be able to get this information like from people like Vadim and, Abraham Hicks, right? Our abilities went dormant. And that's the critical distinction. And that's what these 78 days are for, is for us to reclaim our power. Okay? Now, he ends it by saying, from now on, everything will be as you want it to be, because you have the power of choice. So, this is day 1. The next one will be day 2. And we go into hacking the dream. How to stay awake inside the game while you're playing it. Because at the end of the day, this is a game. Reality is a game. All right? So, much love. Peace, love, and abundance, everybody. I hope you got value from this. This was just a download and an idea that I got. It's like, hey, let's just go through the whole 78 days. So I hope everyone gets value from this. This is just day 1. So continue to tap in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace, love, and abundance.